Vor langer Zeit lebten die Menschen glücklich und zufrieden. Niemand bemerkte den Schatten, der sich langsam über ihnen ausbreitete. Die Dunkelheit trübte ihre Sinne und das Böse fraß sich tief in ihre Seelen. Vom Wahnsinn getrieben schmiedeten sie einen Pakt mit dem Teufel. Zu später Stunde kamen sie zusammen, um gemeinsam die Mächte der Finsternis mit ihrem sündigen Blut zu rufen. Sie zu erlösen von ihrer sterblichen Existenz, den Anbeginn einer neuen Welt vor Augen. Und so begab es sich, dass nach 100 Jahren das Böse wieder Fleisch geworden war. Als unsterbliches Geschöpf der Nacht kann es die Gestalt des Wolfs, der Fledermaus oder des Nebels annehmen. Es labt sich am Blut der Menschen. Dracula, der Fürst der Finsternis, Herr des Teufelsschlosses, ist auferstanden.
And welcome to my new Let's Play of Castlevania Rondo of Blood. This is widely considered to be the best of the classic Castlevanias, and I figured this would be a good time to try it because obvious reasons. Literally less than a week ago, there was a little bit of a surprise announcement for a little game called Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And they announced that 2 of the new characters would be Simon Belmont from Castlevania and Richter Belmont from Castlevania Rondo of Blood. So I felt really inspired. I was actually going to do this project anyway. I was just going to do it a little bit later, but hey, I felt inspired to play Castlevania now. So let's get started. And here we are with our prologue level, heading off to Castlevania, I assume. But we have a little bit of a problem. A little problem known as death. So yeah, we're already fighting death. What a way to start a game, huh? So, for the record, this is a fan translation of the original TurboGrafx-CD game. As a desperation attack. So what this patch does is it takes all of the voices and the translation of the PSP version of Rondo of Blood and puts it into the original TurboGrafx-CD version. So this is pretty neat. Got English voices, English text, The opening is already in German, so that was actually still changed, fun fact, because they actually redubbed the opening when they released the PSP version. So this is classic Castlevania, and speaking of classic Castlevania, this is actually a town from the old games. This is from Simon's Quest. I've heard people joke that there's a good reason for this town to burn, because that game is not good. I have actually not played it. I'm skipping a few games, if you hadn't noticed. Rondo of Blood is like the 5th classic Castlevania. So you have 1, which is good, but basic. 2, that's... 3, that's good, but really hard, especially the American version, if I'm not mistaken. 4, which is a sort of reboot of the first game, and is actually good. And then this game, Rondo of Blood. But there's also Castlevania Bloodlines for Genesis, there's Dracula X for the Super Nintendo, which is actually a sort of reboot of this game. It's sort of a Mega Man based situation where they couldn't take the game and preserve it, so they actually kind of ended up making a separate game. So, that's pretty neat. A cool feature is Richter Belmont, in terms of moveset, is a lot more advanced than Simon. So he's got the old Belmont strut, as people call it, but if you hold the attack button, you can actually walk backwards. Another thing is, if you double tap jump really fast, you can do this cool little backflip, which is really cool because you have a lot more maneuverability than the old games. No multi-directional whipping like Castlevania 4, sadly, but hey, can't win them all. Sub-weapon is still up in attack. And there you have it, that's our controls. And here we are, arriving for our first boss fight. See him off in the distance there? Yep, we are fighting a wyvern. Dragon wyvern, I don't know which one it actually is supposed to be. But he's kinda cool. So we have our axe sub-weapon. Hearts are your weapon energy, as always. So we're just chucking axes at him. Ow. If you can actually do this without getting hit at all, you get a bonus, but we got hit once, so no bonus for us. Also, a lot of bosses have desperation attacks just to mess with you because they can't even kill you. They just mess you up in terms of getting the clear bonus. Let's try to do something cool. Classic Castlevania orb. Yep, grabbed in midair with a backflip. just for the cool factor. No real reason to do that. And there you have it. That is our stage 1. And now we're on to stage 2. So this is going to be a short series because I think there are only like 14 stages. So we're going to do approximately a stage per video. So we're actually going to end off here for now, and we will continue this next time. So thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Castlevania Rondo of Blood.